Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Block Farmer server. I know my last episode, which was a little bit of a small Christmas episode, I know there's a lot of cuts and everything, I'm sorry about all that. It was a pretty crazy last few days, you know, with Christmas, setting up the gifts for everyone on the server, and along with getting gifts and giving gifts to everybody over the last few days. So let's go ahead and get back to the norm. Today we're going to be working on something fairly important, and that's going to be villager trading. I'm going to go ahead and try to set this up. I think this is a pretty important thing. At least it's important for me because in the last server I was on, this kind of thing was set up, and I absolutely loved it. I think villager trading really helps out a lot, where you can make your own items and customize everything, and you can gather resources fairly quickly with villagers. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to set up a holding area and rails to be able to transport the villagers from this chamber and send them off to maybe like a specific holding area, whether I feel when I decide you know what's going to take which. I don't think I'm going to organize them in a very fancy way. I think what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to build maybe like 10 chambers on each side, and then I'm going to just filter them in one by one, and then we'll try to figure out what we're going to do by there. I might use switches to switch the tracks so that, you know, we can either go straight or turn into a specific chamber. I think the first thing I need to do is set up that and the small building that's going to hold them all. I'm not going to stylize it too much. You know how I am. I tend to build the initial design first for functionality, and then I go around and stylizing them. So I think I'm going to do that first, and then afterwards we're going to be building a automatic sugar farm on top of it. I'm going to be using Impulse's design because it uses less resources. I only need a few pistons, which I have enough. I've been able to gather enough iron to be able to work with that. A few pistons, a few slime blocks, which I have plenty of. So that will be the most efficient design for me right now, and it will be a lot easier. Unfortunately, I do have some bad news. We're going to go ahead and walk over there right now as we're looking at things. If you didn't see the last episode, we now have horses. I gave everyone a horse for their Christmas present, so we can go ahead and hop in here. For some reason, he keeps getting off the lead. So this is my personal horse. He's very fast. And he jumps okay. He's not the best jumper, but he's pretty fast, which for me is a little more important. He can get over simple obstacles. So we're gonna head over here to the Iron Farm, the Iron Titan, which unfortunately seems like it's a bust. If anyone has any info, whether they've heard anything about it working on Realm servers, so far I've seen a few people on Realm servers claim that doesn't seem to work for them, and then I've seen some fixes where supposedly they said that you have to redo the whole door process, and when you place them, instead of just waiting 6 seconds, wait like 10 seconds, and also do it for every little thing, whenever you destroy a door and whenever you place a door. So as you see, we're at the Iron Titan right now. It's a little depressing actually. As you see, there's not tons of iron spewing into the killing chamber. And over the last few days, this is about all the iron that we've been able to accumulate out of it, because only about one golem spawns every about 10 minutes, which is actually in line for about one village, which is kind of makes me think that the Realm server acts up, and I think it merges all the villagers into one once it recalculates. Plus, the Realm server restarts a lot because of just how it's set up. So that's a little bit of a problem. Me and another server member are thinking about either A, trying to fix for the doors, or B, rebuilding a different kind of farm. The one that's maybe not as efficient, but it's it's efficient, but it doesn't produce as much. Which personally, I don't mind that. And I'll tell you the design here in a minute. I actually didn't notice that someone actually built a sugarcane farm. This is actually, I think, almost the exact farm that I'm going to be using here soon. I don't know who exactly built this. He's been working pretty good. It's either Snowblock. I know he was on yesterday. They actually used the exact same design with leaves and everything. I think I'll probably just be using something else, like either obsidian or possibly just furnaces or something. We'll see when we get to that point. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait till the snow stops, because I know it doesn't look that pretty. So I'm going to go and wait for that to stop, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back, and let's see. So I'm going to be placing this over here, where I was originally going to place my house. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna build it out of. I might build it out of that gray smooth stone. I can't remember what it's called, andesite or whatever. I'm gonna build it out of that, I think. Maybe a mixture between that and wood, like I seem to do a lot of things. And because everything in the server seems to be following a pattern of like stone, so that's pretty cool, I guess. So I think that's what I'm gonna work with it with. Obviously, I'm still gonna keep this collection chamber, but in front of it, it's just going to be a big square that's going to have all the different chambers connected to it. And then maybe off here to this corner or to this left corner, all the sugarcane is going to be filtering into dozens of chests. That's going to collect it because you're going to want to have a huge overflow because it's going to be working a lot. I'm going to AFK here a lot. Once I get my new account set up to actually have my officially name change, because as you see, well, I guess you can't see, but my name on the server is Changeheart, which is an old name when I was young, stupid, and extremely emotional. And so once I get my name changed to Zeotech, I'm going to actually use this current account to probably AFK in this farm a lot to keep up with the sugarcane. But anyway, like I was saying earlier, we were thinking about tearing down the Iron Tower, which is going to take a while as itself, and I think a few people that helped build it are not really up to it at the moment, just because it's kind of a letdown. Me and a few people are thinking about doing the document design, the one that JL made, because those designs still reportedly work just fine. So we're probably going to go with something like that, and that still produces a decent amount of iron, especially if we set up an extremely large amount of the chambers. I'm thinking 12 chambers, but we'll see what happens. I'll have to check the diameter, the radius to see how far it can be. And then, because honestly, I've had one of those set up in the server before, and we'll have blocks and blocks of iron within, a good number of time. I mean, we had an extreme abundance of iron, and I never ran out, so, and that was a much bigger server. So I think we'll be fine if we go with something like that. So I'm sorry I'm just running around, just kind of trying to figure out how I'm going to plan this. I'm going to go ahead and start collecting materials, and then we're going to go around to building the chambers, and then I'm going to do some testing to see the best way to transport these villagers are. Obviously, it's going to be rails of some kind, but I got to figure out a good railing system to be able to transport them into each chamber. And then I might even build an overflow underground for the additional villagers. Unfortunately, we'll have to trade with them to see exactly what they have. The most important, the first village that we have to try to get is a librarian, librarian with a good paper trade, preferably 18 or 19. I think the lowest is like 18. I'm not 100% sure. I think it might even go lower than that. But I think like lowest is like 18 or 19. So we're gonna try to shoot for under 20 at least, so that it's a little more cheaper on us. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I will be right back with you momentarily. Hey guys, welcome to my redstone lab world thingamajigger. And so I think I've set up a pretty neat little system, especially for just starting out. So basically what this is, I got my holding cells. I just made 3 here just for testing purposes. And then let's see if another right here. And I can do this a little more fancy. I can put some more redstone like under the floorboard to actually be able to swap these. So basically what we have here is one single normal rail on each of these the middles. So all you have to do is just swap between there. And then if I do it this way, it'll go into there. If I do it this way, it will just go straight, and then it'll go to the next one, and then the next one, and yada yada yada. I'm gonna put this here just in case something screws up. And then I also got this right here, where you can easily just swap between which side I want to do. So what I can do is I can actually make like a big control panel. Like, let's just say, let me go ahead and 10 at a time. I have an automatic time setter, but it likes to take its time sometimes. Time. Let's see. You see a lot of random things that I'm testing out in here. Let's see. So what I could do is I could like set up a big control panel with either like buttons or possibly even levers. Probably levers actually. Now that I think about it. Maybe a big control panel with numbers like, this will set like the left side, and then I can set either, if I hit one of these, it will be 1. Invert it, it will be 2 on like this. If I do 1 on this side or 2 on the other side, and basically the same thing. I can specify the exact numbers, and then under each of them will be like, a torch, and then when it gets basis of redstone right here, when it gets a signal, torch goes off, yada yada yada, changes the rail setup. So I think that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do in the end, but just right now I think just the levers are going to work just fine to get it all started, to get us rolling, because afterwards everything else would be just be an easy switch, just to get the trenches underneath. Unfortunately I need these right here. I could do what I did in here, put the torch under it, but I just didn't feel like doing it at the moment, and let's go ahead and murder this infant right here, because, I'm family friendly. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this a little test. Let's go ahead and set it to go in this first one. And switch it back to this side. Go ahead and load up a chest. I mean a cart. As you see, it popped up into here. And I'm thinking I might even put a hopper. Can you place tracks on top of hoppers? Let's see here. Yes, you can. Okay, so I might even put these over hoppers so that whenever I destroy the chests, it will automatically, actually, I kind of wonder if I can use an activator rail. Let's go ahead and give this some power. I always need stuff. Put this on here. Do I need... Wait, this kind of rail. Duh. I always get them mixed up. Because basically what happens with these is that, whenever they're used, this rail will knock them out. And what I could do is I could possibly get a villager. And let's go ahead and set this up in here. Could get a villager in the cart. Let's pop one down. Oh, I got him in my inventory. Let's go ahead and increase this just a second. This is all just for testing purposes, you understand. Yeah, see, I kind of knew that I was going to do that. It just kind of pops it out of the cart and out from the sides. So I'm just going to leave it like this. I could just come in here and use a pickaxe and just break that real quick. And and actually it's possible that I might even have enough resources to just keep the minecarts in there. I already have a few minecarts as it is. I might be able to just use those for right now. So let's go ahead and test one that's not completely straightforward. Let's go ahead and test it going all the way to this right side right here, this very far right. So let's go ahead and pop this in here. And it works perfect. Okay, good. So this is a very simplistic design. I think I'm going to go with this. This is probably our best bet for a real simple, cheap way to organize the villagers. And then I can go through here. And let's see. Let's find out that their sign. Here it is. Put a sign maybe like right up here. You know, it looks pretty cool being up there. It's almost like a billboard. Or I could put them down here. You know, kind of block it off. Or I could just put it on the side, you know, just put like, you know, left side is, you know, paper. And then right side is diamond something. You know, I think I spelled diamond wrong. I'm not 100% sure. Either way, you know, that could be a way of how we do it. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that. I think it's gonna work out pretty good. I actually don't know exactly what material I'm gonna build it out. Seeing it out of the redstone, actually, I mean, seeing it out of the sandstone looks pretty good. We'll have to collect some more sandstones. But then on top of this, we're gonna be able to. Actually, I might even be able to see. Where's the thingamajiggers? There they are. Could just even block this off. It looks pretty good, I think, like that. I wish. Is there? I don't think there is. I wish there was a smooth stone version of the sandstone slabs. I think that would look better. But unfortunately, we don't have access to that because it doesn't exist. So that's gonna be our best bet, I think. I think that's something that looks pretty good. I might even go with the sandstone. I think it turned out pretty well because I don't know. Villagers give off that sandstonian feel. So go ahead and just test out this last one. Go ahead and flip this back, and it should go in the middle. Yep. And what I could even do is I could flip these back, and then say I want to push. If I want, I could push them through, and then send him back through. So, you know, I could send him back. You know, and it caused a little bit of problems because of the fact that when he comes back. But what I could do is I could flip this switch, and then just send them on their way. You know, send him back through here, and he's back. You know, so it's as simple as that. I think it's gonna work out real well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start gathering the resources, and let's hop back in the server and get this build started. I think this is a pretty good distance away from the breeder, and then this will just be the middle. I might even have like a doorway that can go into here. Just remember that any doors we do use have to be iron doors, not to screw up the villager breeding. So I think this is gonna work out very well. I don't exactly know how big I'm gonna make it. I think I'm gonna make it 4 or 5 on this back part, and then maybe either maybe up to 10 on both sides. Because 3 of these only take up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. I don't know yet whether destroying... Let's go ahead and take out a pick. I am terrible with creative mode. Let's see. Game mode 0. Let's go ahead and destroy one of these. Okay, good. It seems that they do stay in here just fine. And what I could even do, I could just pop out this, come over and retrieve the cart, most likely not, apparently. Okay, I could just come through the back half and I guess get the cart that way. So yeah, we got them both through here. So either way, we'll be able to retrieve them. So that's good that they actually stay in there without causing us any issues and stop running around like a moron. So that's great. So we're going to go ahead and hop back into the server and let's go and get this started. Alright guys, we're back on the server, and I think the first thing I'm going to do is actually destroy this random tower I have right here. I'm going to build up a way to get up top there, maybe from behind. Because I do want a way to get up there, but I don't want it obstructing the main area right here. So I've already gathered some resources, and my inventory is kind of full right now. We're going to place it, I'm going to say, let's see, here's the initial blocks right here. Going to have the ability, so let's go ahead and start this. Because it doesn't need to be too far away, to be honest with you. We're going to have this right here. You know, I think this line's going to signify everything. So let's go ahead and this is going to be the turn point right here. Then it can either go, whoops, go left or right. Okay, so that's going to be the turn point right there. So we can go either left or right with this. And I think I might even have a way to dispose of the unwanted villagers. Maybe through either cactus or just sending them into lava. I think I'm going to have an activator rail with only one side they can possibly be able to be dispensed out of. And then it's going to continue the cart moving onto another rail and putting it back into the dispenser. And then it's going to dispense them down into a big hole with either some lava or some cactus. Unfortunately, that's what I've heard. I think if if a villager dies within 30 blocks of the breeder, then I think it acts up, and I think they it doesn't break it or anything. I think it just keeps them from breeding for about like a 30-minute period or something like that. So sun's going down. I'm gonna go sleep, and then I'll be back when I've made some progress on this. So let's get started. Alright guys, not made much progress, but I've already built the first chamber. I think I'm gonna do it basically. I think I'm gonna do it 3 on the top. Or at least on this side. I might even be able to do it, I might even go a lot farther on this side. Or I might even have this corner the collection area for the sugarcane. Part of me wants to make it symmetrical, but part of me knows that it's already not in the middle anyway. So unless I want to go through the trouble of moving this whole thing to a little bit to the right, then I'm just going to leave it like that. I don't want to go in too close to my house, so I think I'm just going to leave it like this. We'll plan out this side. Once we get done with this one, I'm going to do this one first. Alright, so we'll be back when we get done with some more progress. Alright guys, we're back. I was just repairing my, my mining pick. So, it's going good, as you can see off in the distance. I have decided to, I think it's 13 blocks wide, which I think is a good width. It's a good size square. Should hold plenty enough villagers for us, because we're not going to hold every single villager, just specific ones that have different trades, certain enchantments, mostly books. I'm definitely going to want a lot of enchantment books, and then a basic diamond trader that will sell me all the diamond equipment. If we're lucky, we'll get one that sells all of them, but most likely we'll have to spread it over. So this should give us plenty enough space. I still haven't decided about how I'm going to go about killing them. I've been testing some designs in creative, and all of them includes me destroying the minecart, which is unfortunate. What I might do, now that I'm thinking about it, I might do the system that I was thinking about doing, but no, it still wouldn't work. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. It's not that big of a deal. But long story short, we are actually lacking on sand to make the sandstone. Unfortunately, there's no desert roll nearby. I have to travel a pretty way, so I think I'm going to go ahead and take this time to go and need toward there they are. Go ahead and go to the desert and make a portal, along with linking the portal to ours in the Nether. It's gonna be a little bit of ways. It's not really that close, unfortunately. I had to take a boat just to get to it. At least close to the one that I know of. I have another area that I think of as it might be closer. I'm gonna test that out, see what happens. But I'm gonna go out there real quick, and there's also some villagers out of the desert, so I might just go ahead and destroy the village. I know that seems kind of wrong, but I'm gonna go ahead and destroy the village for the sandstone to make it easier on myself. But as you see, I got I believe there's 13 panels set up. It's not 13 wide, but it's 13 panels. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that's 13. And this right here is the middle point right here. So yeah, so that's gonna be our size, and then we're gonna put a square right here, then just go that way as well, and then that way as well. I don't know quite if I'm gonna go 12 on each side. I might just do 6 on these sides or 8 or something like that. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go the same amount, the 13 on each side. So it's probably gonna come out to probably close to where that chest is. I think that'll be a nice good square, and then on top of each of the left and right, we're gonna build the sugarcane farms. I don't want to go to the back, just because of the fact that we got this breeder here, and I plan the sugarcane farm being fairly high, having multiple layers. So we'll see how that works out. So I'm gonna go ahead and go get to the desert and get some more materials because we're kind of lacking, and I'll be back in one moment. Success! The portal worked. All right. So yeah, I actually kind of took a guess from coordinates that I took from last time I was here. So yeah, it actually worked. So I'm gonna go and collect a lot of sand. Hey guys, so I'm walking around the desert and I see this. It's kind of poking out. So I'm guessing it's a temple, but it's in a very strange. Wow, 2 babies. Fantastic. In a very strange spot, just kind of pinned into the ground like this. So let's investigate a little bit. Oh snap. Whoops. Like free range city up here. Man, what's going on? Some more? There's some more. Might just destroy this, get some sandstone. I think that's all of that. So let's go ahead and go exploring. I hit that pressure plate because that would be bad. Let's go ahead and destroy that pressure plate. See, we got bone, gold in it. Don't need the bone. Take the saddle. And actually, I'm a person that likes to save on resources, so take the chest too. Gold, 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 gold galore. More iron horse armor. Don't need any of that. I like diamond. 3 diamonds. You didn't get the armor, but got diamonds. And I guess let's go ahead and take off all of the dynamite into here, because that might be useful at a later date for who knows what. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and block out here and continue doing what I came here to do, and that's gather resources. And I might even start with this temple and just gather up all of the sandstone. So I'll be back with you momentarily. You see, this is how you gather sandstone. Like that, yeah? See, that's how you gather sandstone, not the other way you were doing it. We're back in our village breeding area, and I'd say we turned out pretty good. This is all not created from sand. This is all physical sandstone that I pulled out of the ground with my cold, bad hands. Oddly enough, I don't know if you see what I see, but I got exactly 64 at the very end. But most likely that was, and actually it was because of the fact that my inventory kept filling up. I had to keep throwing stuff out of my inventory that I didn't need, and it would like immediately fill up. So this is good. This is great. We're gonna go ahead and pull out 3 just for exclusive sandstone slabs. All right, that's what I'm talking about. We should be good for a little while. Should be great. Good. Alright, go ahead and pull some of this out. I'm gonna pull out 4 of those because I like to make that there smooth sandstone. And let's go get started. I'm gonna go ahead and build the structure, and it's a very simple build. If you couldn't tell by just looking at it, and I might even add stairs right here just for depth. I don't know. But what you basically do, and first let's go ahead and put this just as a marker. Let's go ahead and just do that. This is just gonna be a corner part. I'm gonna put something else here later, but for right now this will work. Anyway, so basically what you do is you do 3 blocks in, and then you fill up these 2 back here, pop a sandstone slab or whatever kind of slab you got in the middle, and you probably don't even need that, to be honest with you. You can use whatever you want. You don't need a lot of this. Just you can find the villagers, but this is for this specific design. And I have some more glass, so don't worry about that. I can definitely make some more glass. So basically what you do is we hop over here. Yeah, you have to hop or else the way ain't gonna work. Trust me. I tried. And you just pop it down like that. And so basically it's really easy just to repeat the pattern. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam. So it's, man, unless you do that. Silk Touch Pick. Thank you, Livodaz, for the Silk Touch Pick. Put this out of our inventory. I know I still have stuff my Santa hat on. I will be pulling that off here very shortly. Probably the end of the video. And like I said, it's a very easy pattern to remember. Very simplistic. There you go. So, and then from there, like I said, you can just place down your slabs. And then you can place down your slabs on the top. And then that keeps them from being able to get out, because they can't go backwards because of the glass, and they can't go forward because of the slab, and they can't go up because of this slab. So, and now that I have enough slabs, we can slab the back like I wanted to, and even slab the front like I did in the creative server just a few moments ago. I know to you guys this is all like going back so quickly because I'm cutting different parts of the video, but to me it's just moments. Good thing we made so many materials. It takes a lot more slabs than I originally thought. I mean, you would think that I would be using more of these materials, but I have multiple stacks of these, so it's good. We're all good with that. So that's looking really nice. It's looking really good. I'm gonna go ahead and link up the rails to back here because I want to finish up the structure before we start messing with the villagers. This is gonna be a pretty massive structure. Actually, now that I look at it, it's gonna be a fairly massive structure, and I'm looking forward to it. I could do multi-layers of villagers, but I think one big layer is good enough. The only bad thing is that, yeah, you're probably going to have to, what do you call it? You're going to have to navigate, actually run from each side to side. Now, I might organize them later. Originally, I didn't think I was going to, but because of the way I have this system set up, it's actually fairly simple to, like, say I want to move this one to over here. I could just let him go through, and then let's go ahead and straighten that out. Put that there. Yeah. Well, either way, it'll be a little more harder going from side to side, but when it comes to, like, if I want to go from here to here, I basically just flip that, and then he'll just go straight. Then he'll just go straight through into that one. So it's fairly simple when it comes to that. Now, as you see here, because of the fact that I made a middle point, I didn't want this to be the one that took as the middle point, so I put this here to swap this specific one. Now you have to do it in a very specific order. You have to make sure these are 2 cut off, straighten this out, and then I can flip to this side, and vice versa, and I can do that, and then they will just keep going straight on and straight on and straight on. So, pretty easy. Not very hard to remember how to do. So, basically just keep an eye on where these are facing, and you're all good. So, that's how I did that. And these are all temporary. I'm going to think of a better design system for the rail switching at some later date. Because I might even change this too, I mean, at some later date, I might even move this whole thing. Now, originally, I thought that my babies weren't breeding. I mean, that my villagers weren't breeding to make babies. So I fed them, and they continued breeding. So I guess they're low on food. I thought I had plenty of food in there. It still says we have 9, so I'm really relatively confused. I don't know if one specific villager is in there taking up all the food or what's going on, but I saw hearts up there just a moment ago, so I'm sure we'll figure that later. Because this design is supposed to continually create them. I don't think it should matter how many villagers on a specific area. I don't know. In the design project that I saw, these were kept a little more higher up here, so I don't know if maybe somehow they're interacting with this village right here and causing it to count as more villagers than it's needed. But I've gotten 15 or so in this design before, so I don't think that's the problem. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue on this design. I'm gonna see how 12 looks, and then we'll just go from there. Alright, so I've decided to go with a 13 long back here and a 10 long right here. And that's not blocks, that's in holding cells. Which sounds so wrong, but that's basically what it is. It's holding cells. So I have 10 on this side and 10 on this side. I could have went just a few extra blocks to do 13. I just felt that 10 was about right, because we're already about to hit the tree line for the farm. And although I am eventually going to get rid of this tree line and make an actual wood farm for at least the easy to farm trees, for right now, this is, I think, it's gonna be fine. This should be perfect. That's a lot of villagers. You know, that's 33 villagers. So that's a lot of villagers. You know, 1 or 2 for paper trade, 1 or 2 that sells bottles of enchanting, and then the rest is purely just for gear. You know, diamond gear, maybe food. I don't know what kind of food you want that I can't. That all of the farms that I've already built can already provide. But really, this is actually overkill, to be honest with you. But I have a tendency to do overkill things, which is fine. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to fill in these spaces in here with sandstone to kind of, you know, make it look, you know, kind of, you know, just like everything else. And in the comments, or go on to the Brick Waffle forums, I'm going to make a post about it. Tell me what you think of an idea on the floor. I always have a hard time with an idea with the floor. Now, what I could use, and I have a lot of it, it's kind of an internal decision right now for me. Hopefully you can't hear my mother-in-law in the background completely like swing over my dog. But I could use these birch slabs. Birch don't look too bad with it. You're basically putting light colors with light colors, which is nice. I could use, I actually didn't think about it, and it actually might look pretty good. Let's see here. My frame rate's dropping a little bit. I don't know why. Trying to figure out what's going on. Let's see. I could use. Do I have any more left? Have some somewhere. I could either use oak slabs, or I could use like a darker slab. I'm still kind of gathering resources from the other chest and putting them in over here. Eventually, I'm going to move into the house officially and get all my stuff out from over here. Let's see here. I know I bounced a lot. For some reason, in my head, it seems faster. What I could use is a spruce or even a dark slab, a dark wood slab, to kind of give a good contrast for the sandstone. I think that will probably look good pretty too. I think actually I'm the first person on the server that's using sandstone as a building material, which is pretty cool. I think it actually looks pretty good in this area. Let's see. You know, I could use dark wood, and you know that actually looks pretty good. I might go with that. The other option I was gonna go with would be the. I know I keep running back and forth. I want to show you how it's going to look as kind of a comparison. And these aren't your only options. If you know something that looks good next to sandstone, by all means, let me know. I'm trying to find a good floor, or maybe even a pattern for the floor. Maybe some kind of spirally pattern or a symbol. But right now I'm trying to definitely think of something to put in the floor. I keep coming here thinking that there's going to be stuff in here, but there is not. There is never anything right there for me to use. So it's kind of a toss-up in the air what I want to use. So put in the comments or go to the forums, and I'm gonna make a post about it, asking for opinions on the floor for my build. So go put your opinions there. You know, it really helps me out. Because although I can think of a lot of design decisions on my own, I also like to collaborate with the community and with people just to see what their ideas are. because I am still new to kind of designing things on my own without having to look at tutorials. Most of it, not all of this, is actually from me just trying to learn myself how to do all this. I didn't really know how I was originally gonna put the villagers in here. And although it might seem like just simple rail tricks, to me it was a pretty big deal. I was pretty excited. So that looks pretty good next to Sandstorm 2. So these are my 3 ideas. Tell me in the comments what you think. Tell me on the forums and get back to me with that. So let's go ahead and continue with everything. We're just gonna leave it there for just right now. And let's go ahead and figure out what we're gonna do here. So I think next I'm gonna fill in the rest of this with sandstone, just like how I got these right here. And then I'm gonna loop around all the required redstone and rails to get everything working over here. So I'm gonna go do that, and we'll be back in just a moment. Okay, guys. And although that was just a moment for you, that was a few minutes for me. So I had to make a few more resources, but everything's done. The collection system is all over with. The only thing left to do is to figure out a way to kill the villagers without causing us too much fuss. And I know this looks a little clunky having to use all these switches, but I don't think it's too bad, especially once we get the villagers that we want set in stone. We really won't need to use it right after we start filling them up with the proper villagers, which is going to take some time because we have to trade with them to get their different trades and yada yada yada. So it ain't terribly bad. Like I said, I'm thinking about making maybe like a control board, like a command center, to change all the switches and everything. The only bad thing about that is that it is going to take a lot of redstone, because I'm going to have to dig out the area under this and basically make a giant circuit board and making sure that no wires are crossed going to each of the individual switches. So, but we'll work with that later, because like I said, it's going to have a lot of switches, and that's a much later build. Like most things I do, everything is just a giant work in progress. So get the initial function working first, and then we work on everything else. So let's go ahead and get this started. Do we got any carts on us? I don't guess we do. Let's go ahead and take everything and put it in our inventory. I mean, in our chest here, seeing as there's no real need of them at this exact moment in time. Go ahead and keep everything that we think we can actually use. Put that in there. We don't need this. I know this is. I always just make everything like a trash bin. So let's go ahead and get this started. I'm gonna go ahead and sleep real quick as I'm collecting the carts, which I don't know exactly which chest they are in. So that's more fun, is to find the carts. And hope that everything goes as planned. Actually, wouldn't be too bad of an idea to add gates in the back under the glass, so that once they're in there, they can't fumble out. That's actually a really good idea. I might try that later. Okay, that's another little idea for us, is to keep because whenever if something does happen and they bounce back into another villager, it'll knock them out of their pin. But that's only if they're on a cart, which hopefully here soon. I'm hoping that being able to just knock the cart out with my pick out from under them is going to work just fine. And the creative server worked fine, but who knows? I've learned over the last few days that it seems like Realm does a little bit things differently. The way that everything's set up, and the way that it handles lag and handles villagers, and basically just handles everything in general. So I'm having to kind of adjust. You notice there's not a switch right here because there's nothing else for it to connect to, so there's really no point in having a switch. So let's go ahead and gather some carts up, and let's get this ball rolling. And that's actually going to be the last bit of our episode for today. We will be doing the sugarcane farm in the next episode, which I'll probably start right away, but I want to go ahead and get this video out not long after I upload the holiday special, which I'm almost finished with. I just got a few more little things that I want to do to add to it. It's going to be a fairly short video. I'm sure you guys have already seen it, because it's going to be out before this one is. And where, oh where, for art thou carts? There's one cart. That's not. There we go. So, I think we have 9 villagers right now. So let's go ahead and load those 9 up. I think we're just going to start from way over here to the left, and then just work our way to the right. So let's make sure everything is, let's see, straight. See, that's gonna start us. There we go. Let's go ahead and flip all these and start from square one. It'd be good if we can get a paper trade right here in the very beginning, but we'll swap these around later. I might even make a holding chamber to hold the ones that we don't want in their specific place right away. So that's gonna be good. Let's see. Go ahead and swap all these as well. Like I said, I know it's tedious, but it works. So let's go ahead and flip that, and we should be good. That's gonna be a problem right there. It's gonna immediately go through here. Okay, there we go. I think that should work. Okay, let's go ahead and give it a shot. Alright, that worked beautifully, actually. Fairly nice. Very, very, very nice. Let's go ahead and knock that up. And, alright, cool. And we can just knock this out if we need to get to the cart. I might even put a hopper at some point under these to catch all the carts and then just transport it back to a central location. But that's not that big of a deal right now. So let's go ahead and flip this lever so it should go into this one next. Alright, that's working beautifully. So just gonna go ahead and flip this lever. Let's go ahead and fill up everything that we can with villagers. This is a real good test of the system. We got a blacksmith right here, that'd be useful. This is working beautifully. Okay, let's go ahead and flip the next lever. We try to make sure that we don't leave them in their carts for too long, because if we do happen to screw up and say he comes through here and he just goes into there instead, then he'll knock him out of the villager, then we'll have a little more of an issue. Yeah, we got plenty of carts. We're gonna be able to fill this all pretty fast. Good, 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 good. See, now we should have 4, and that we do. So flip this one. Like I said, I know it's tedious, and it's not something we're going to have to do too often. Mostly just here in the very beginning of this whole project, just to gather up the necessary amount. And I believe that's a priest, isn't it? Or a librarian? It's one of those. It's either a priest or a librarian. I think a priest is the one with the purple suit. This is, I think, a librarian, which that's great. Librarians are definitely what we need. I think that's the last one. Nope, still got another one in there. So let's go ahead and gather up these carts. Flip this switch. And let's gather these carts real quick. Let's make sure you hit the corner. Bam. 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 That's working really good. I'm actually really happy about all that. I mean, who knows? I might take off these little awning things just to make it easier to collect these carts, but I just thought it looked good. So I think for right now I'm just gonna keep them over it. I think it looks good, and it's functional in a way. It keeps you from having to run into them each time, and you can still get access to them. Okay, so he's a butcher. Paper, ooh, that's a terrible paper trade. He does have depth strider, so let's see. We got a blacksmith here, weaponsmith, coal for emeralds, iron. So we'll see how some of these pan out. Is that a better coal trade? No, the other one was a better coal trade. Leather. Now, leather we do have a lot of. This is actually not bad. Until we get a good paper trade, leather is something that we could trade momentarily. And who we got here? Another butcher. We don't have any more raw chicken anymore, so this is not as good of a trade. So we'll figure out a way to kill them. Let's go ahead and get this last guy in here. I think I've already swapped it. Yeah, it's already swapped. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. It does that sometimes when you run. I think that's the last one. Yeah, he's the last one. So he should be in here, which he is. And let's go ahead and knock him out of his cart. And let's gather up the cart. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Cool beans. Let's see what are you trading? You're another butcher. Butchers, man. We have a few butchers. And we could always just use a sword and kill them. I was just trying to find a different way to do it. I'm trying to figure out a way to get them. I think they have to be 30 blocks away. See, they're breeding again. So I don't know if maybe they were at the max in this location. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go up there and feed them here in a little bit more. Feed them a lot more potatoes, and hopefully get them rolling again back to their breeding state. There's a good number of villages in there. I think there's like 50 or 60 villages in there. But they should be breeding a lot more. Yep, there we go. We got a baby right there. So it's still working, so that's really good. We'll have villages in here in no time. So, all right, guys. That's the ending of this episode. Hope everyone has a great day. Hope everyone enjoyed my Christmas episode. I know it's kind of a slow episode where it was just a lot of skipping around. I'm sorry about that. Didn't really know quite else what to do. Do better next year. And hope y'all join me the next time. Hope y'all enjoyed the episode. We got villager trading going, and so I am thrilled. We did that all in just a matter of a few hours. So yeah, everyone have a marvelous day. Like, rate, subscribe, and don't forget to go onto the Block Farmers, forums, because we're there. We're pretty active. I'm definitely active. I'm there every single day. I'm looking at what's new, if there's anything new, and replying to basically everything. I'm actually pretty annoying, to be honest with you. So if you want to chat with me, you can hit me up there, or you can hit me up on YouTube. Either way, you'll get a hold of me. Have a fabulous day. Bye.